Good evening, my friend. Welcome to your sleep story. My name is Stephen Dunn, and tonight, it is my great honor to guide you through a gentle journey, one that begins beneath the quiet moon of Kyoto. Tonight, you will hear the story of Aiko, a young woman who tends a forgotten garden hidden in the mountains above the ancient city. You'll hear how she encounters Tsukihiko, the spirit of the moonlight itself, and how their meeting restores balance to both her heart and the land she loves. So before we begin, take a deep breath. Let go of the day. Let go of thoughts that cling to you. You are safe, and you are here. Now, let's begin our story. It was early evening in Kyoto. I sat by the paper window of her small wooden house, listening to the rustle of bamboo and the soft wind. The sky beyond was brushed with indigo, and the first lanterns of the city glowed faintly in the distance like golden fireflies. Her home was small, nestled near a forgotten temple on the edge of Mount Tamangi. But Aiko loved it. Each morning she swept the stone path, tended the moss and camellias, and filled a small bowl with water to honor her ancestors. She spoke softly to the wind, to the koi in her pond, and to the old cherry tree that bent gracefully beside her garden gate. But lately, something had changed. The garden felt quieter than usual, as if it were waiting for something. The cherry blossoms had bloomed too early, and the moon seemed to hang longer in the sky, pale and watchful. That night, as she poured tea and stepped outside, she saw a strange shimmer beyond the bamboo grove, a silver path glowing faintly in the moonlight. Curiosity stirred in her heart. She placed her teacup down, wrapped a shawl around her shoulders, and followed the light. The bamboo swayed gently as she walked, the soft shidashi of their leaves like the whisper of ancient spirits. Soon, the familiar forest gave way to mist, and out of that mist appeared a bridge, slender, arched, and made of translucent jade. It crossed a small stream that glowed faintly, reflecting the moon above. Aiko hesitated. Then she stepped onto the bridge. With her first step, the world grew silent. Even the wind stopped. The air shimmered like silk, and a single chime rang faintly in the distance, soft and pure. On the other side of the bridge stood a man. He wore a robe of pale silver, his hair long and dark, and in his eyes was the reflection of the full moon. He smiled gently. "Do not be afraid," he said. "You have crossed the bridge of mist, and few have ever found it." "Who are you?" Aiko asked, her voice barely a whisper. "I am Tsukihiko," he said, "the spirit of the moonlight that watches over Kyoto. And you have walked into my garden." Aiko looked around and gasped. Before her stretched a vast garden, unlike any she'd ever seen. Lotus flowers glowed softly in dark ponds. Willow branches shimmered like silk, and above, the moon hung impossibly close, casting silver threads through the air. "Why have I been brought here?" asked it. Tsukihiko looked up toward the moon. "Long ago," he said, "this garden connected the mortal world to the heavens. But when humans began to forget the language of stillness, the path between us began to fade. You, Aiko, still remember that language?" Aiko lowered her eyes, unsure. "I only tend my garden," she said. "Then that is enough," he replied, smiling. "To care for life is to speak with the divine." For many nights, Aiko returned to the garden beneath the moon. She learned the names of the glowing flowers, the songs of the cranes that flew silently overhead, and the way the moonlight rippled on still water. Each time she came, the air in Kyoto grew warmer, the gardens greener, the rivers clearer. But Tsukihiko grew dimmer. One evening, his voice was no more than a whisper. "You have brought balance back, Asa softly, but the bridge between our worlds cannot stay open forever. Soon, it must fade again, or the moon will lose its light." Aiso's heart ached. "What will happen to you?" she asked. He smiled, faintly. "I will remain in the light, and as long as you tend your garden, I will be with you." When Aiko awoke, she was lying beside her old cherry tree. The jade bridge was gone. Only the faint scent of lotus remained in the morning air. But as she looked around her garden, she saw something she hadn't before. Tiny flowers of pale silver blooming among the moss, glowing softly in the sunlight. The koi in her pond swam in slow, graceful circles, and even the wind carried a new song. Each night thereafter, Aiko lit a lantern beneath the cherry tree, placed a single white flower at its roots, and whispered, "Arigato, Tsukihiko." And if you ever wander near Kyoto on a quiet night, and the moon seems just a little brighter than usual, perhaps you'll hear the faint sound of a wind chime far away, and remember the story of Aiko, the girl who tended the garden beneath the moon. And now, as the moonlight settles gently across your room, imagine that you are walking once more across that bridge of mist. The air is cool and kind. The world is silent, except for the soft hum of crickets and the whisper of your own calm breath. You are safe. You are peaceful. You are home. Let the silver light wrap you in warmth. Let go, drift into dreams, and sleep deeply, knowing that, like Aiko, you are part of the quiet harmony that connects all things. Good night, my friend.